And thank you for asking that question. Maybe for the first time I would make this public. Even death threat, I don't give a damn.
The Director General of the World Health Organization is starting to lose his marbles. I've done a few videos on him over the past few days, exposing him for his history of communism and the brutal regime that he ran in Ethiopia that killed its own citizens in the street on their day of Thanksgiving. When he was Minister of Health of that same regime, he covered up 3 cholera outbreaks that ended up spreading across international borders. Sounds a little bit familiar, doesn't it? Under the leadership of Dr. Tedros, the World Health Organization has been doing their level best to cover up this global pandemic, to save face for their daddy, Xi Jinping. Throughout the entirety of his leadership of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, an obscure leader from Africa, has been doing his best to suck up to Xi Jinping, from the nomination of Robert Mugabe, an agent of China himself, to covering up the fact that there was human-to-human transmission in January when that was obvious to everyone across the world. And now, in a cringeworthy news conference, he's doing his best to discredit the country of Taiwan, an example to the world on how to combat the Wuhan pneumonia virus. They've been doing the best in the entire world at containing this virus. They've actually been handing out masks like prescriptions at pharmacies. Their public health procedures are world-class. It's embarrassing, of course, to Xi Jinping, who wants to pretend like Taiwan is part of his empire. So Dr. Tedros is doing his best to embarrass Taiwan, going as far to lie about death threats at news conferences. Watch this. It's cringy. Try your best to get through it.
And thank you for asking that question. Maybe for the first time I would make this public. Even death threat, I don't give a damn. Because it's personally targeted to me. 3 months in the same situation. What makes me sad is, I said it last presser, when the whole black community was insulted, when Africa was insulted, then I don't tolerate. Then I say, people are crossing the line. When it's personal, even death threats, I didn't care. I didn't even respond. When, as community, people start to insult us, that's enough. That's enough. We cannot tolerate that. But since I don't have any inferiority complex when I am personally affected or attacked by racial slurs, I don't care, because I am a very proud black person or Negro. I don't care being called even Negro. I am. That's what came from some quarters. And if you want me to be specific, 3 months ago, this attack came from Taiwan. We need to be honest. I will be straight today. From Taiwan. And Taiwan, the foreign ministry also, they know the campaign. They didn't dissociate themselves. They even started criticizing me in the middle of all that insult and slur. But I didn't care. 3 months. I say it today because it's enough. But still, they can continue. I don't care. Because what I care is when humanity is insulted, when we don't care, when we have more than 60,000 body bags. I care when the crosses are lined and when black communities...
This is the leader of the World Health Organization. This is apparently the best in the business. And that was perhaps the most cringeworthy news conference I've ever seen in my life. And I've been covering Justin Trudeau for quite some time. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has responded to this slander. Of course, they say there's no need to use COVID to score political points. That's actually a reference to when Dr. Tedros said that himself. Watch this.
My short message is, please quarantine politicizing COVID.
He said just yesterday we should be quarantining politics, whatever that means. And then the very next day, he lies about supposed state-sanctioned death threats from Taiwan, a small country that already has its hands full with this virus. Anyways, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs goes on. They say Taiwan is accused of orchestrating personal attacks. This claim is, of course, baseless, without merit, and further marginalizes the good work in which the WHO is engaged with worldwide. Now, of course, that's giving the WHO a lot of credit. They've been doing their absolute best to do the absolute worst that they can to save face for Xi Jinping. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs goes on saying people around the world, especially in Taiwan, have seen the way the WHO mislabeled and outright ignored inquiries about the country, referring to themselves. There's been questions about its handling of the situation. In democratic societies, people should be able to express these opinions freely. Now, someone might have to translate this tweet for Dr. Tedros because I'm sure he doesn't understand what it means to be a democratic society. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs goes on and says that the government of Taiwan has in no way condoned or encouraged any personal attacks on Dr. Tedros. These accusations perturbed the government of Taiwan so much that the president of Taiwan actually responded, saying that Taiwan opposes all forms of discrimination, and I want to take the opportunity to invite WHO Director General Dr. Tedros to visit Taiwan and experience for himself how committed the people of Taiwan are to engaging with the world and combating COVID-19. Now, there's no way that Dr. Tedros is going to take them up on this generous offer. Any leader in the world should be taking up Taiwan on an invitation to come visit the country. Every leader around the world should be looking to them, and many of them are, to look and learn at how they are combating the crisis. They're doing the absolute best in the world. They're an inspiration and an example to us all. But Dr. Tedros is too happy to ignore them. The first time he's ever bothered to mention Taiwan, as far as I know, is to discredit them, to lie about some sort of state-sanctioned death threats. Dr. Tedros is losing his marbles, but unfortunately, there's nothing that you and I can do about it. The leadership of the WHO isn't chosen by taxpayers, the people who are footing their bill. Unfortunately, it's chosen by bureaucrats, random people who have been in their globalist position for years. There's no changing the leader of the WHO. The only thing we can change is whether or not we're a member of it. If you agree with me, if you want to pull out of the WHO, go to whowantsout.com. We started a petition just yesterday, and it's already amassed over 10,000 signatures across the globe. We're going to be sending this petition to every country that has signatories on the petition. Everyone in the West, from Boris Johnson to Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump, we're going to be sending them this petition to let them know that it's time to pull out of the WHO and redirect that money, that capital, to a pandemic planning strategy that isn't China first at all costs. Go to whowantsout.com, sign the petition, and we'll do the rest. For Rebel News, I'm Kian Bexty. Thanks for checking out our coverage here at Rebel News. Ring the bell at the bottom of this video on YouTube so you can stay up to date with the latest news. YouTube is redirecting lots of traffic to mainstream media sites during this global pandemic, but if you ring that bell, you'll get the latest news. Now, on top of that, I want you to go to whowantsout.com, sign that petition. It'll be really quick, and we'll send it to the leader of your country.